Ever since Soho, everything smells like weed. The whole place smells like weed.
It was obvious the people of Soho were making use of the new recreational marijuana use laws. There were still some other smells to smell too, like the vents coming up from the subway, you had to pee on the sidewalks, and some great halal food. Soho's got its own UFC gym. VFC knows something about that from Bahrain. I always love walking over those subway vents. You can feel the wind coming up and hear the train down below. Just like everywhere else in the city, there's great street food everywhere. And Soho's known for some pretty good shops too. Here I was on the lookout for some Nike Jordans for me Hermosa. I traveled 5 floors up but never found the shoes she wanted. So I said adios to Soho. So I continued my walk up towards Times Square, enjoying every sight and sound of the New York City streets, which were pretty empty because of COVID. Union Square was my next stop. And the biggest crowds I saw on the day so far, aside from that Nike store, were the dominoes and the chess games they had going up on the street. I wish I'd have stopped and played, actually, but I kept moving.
All this walk in VFC needed some wine. Ah yeah, that's mighty fine.
The place was so money to relax, and there was even a relic bookstore across the street. I didn't even know they had those anymore. But I just chilled out, enjoyed the wine. My chicken legs and feet were killing me from all the walk.
Walking in pedestrian areas in New York, I like it.
So it was a good idea for New York to shut down some of the streets and just make those pedestrian areas where you can eat, chill, relax, take in the sights. But I was just continuing my trek up towards Times Square, but I gotta admit, I was a little freaking hungry about now. As hungry as I was, I knew I couldn't get pizza, not only because I had it this morning, because my beautiful Hermosa has been giving me so much shit for all the pizza I've been eating in New York. So I went for another of my all-time classic street favorites, the New York City Dirty Water Dog.
Yeah, New York City street dog.
As I continued my walk while chowing down on my second healthy meal of the day, it started raining. Just as we were approaching New York City's famous Times Square. Now, compared to everywhere else we'd been on the day, this place is pretty packed, but this is still nothing compared to the pre-COVID times in the city. New York is such a melting pot though, people from all over the world here. And if you keep looking up and around you, you're always going to see something cool. If you love to shop, and I know a lot of you out there do, there's all sorts of shopping to go on in Times Square as well. New York's been great about providing places to get vaccinated or get tested, no matter where you are in the city. Now sit back and enjoy some of these sights and sounds of Times Square. And while you're looking around, if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, hit that button. VFC's Travels on YouTube. Subscribe to The Good Life. Ah yeah. All that good street food too. Even during COVID times, you get a good New York City traffic jam. And after I stopped for another glass of wine as a nightcap, headed down to the subway instead of walking in the rain all the way back to the ferry terminal. My feet were killing me, chicken legs tired. So I got that downtown subway, the 1 train, down to South Ferry. I always tell everybody visiting New York City too that the experience is not complete unless you get on the subway. To go down there, experience the tunnels, the smells, the personalities, the people, you gotta do it. Every advertising spot on the subway is for the COVID vaccine.
Pouring rain now. Ah shit.
Here we are at the South Ferry terminal, heading back to Staten Island. Got some wine for the road, and then we'll head over and get on the ferry boat and make our way back to Staten Island with some beautiful views of the city covered in the clouds on the way out. And of course the statue. Enjoy, subscribe to The Good Life. VFC's Travels on YouTube. Ah yeah.